Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week I'm showing you my completed build of the 68 Coronet RT here. This was a fun build, but I'll get more into that. Now for 68, it was the second year for the Coronet RT and the Dodge Scat Pack system, or Scat Pack Club. Wow, I can't believe it jumped out of my head, but the Scat Pack. And, you know, that included a few cars. The Coronet RT, the Super B, the Dart, and I think that was pretty much it for Dodge Charger. Sorry, there's the Charger as well. Can't forget that one. And, you know, that was, you know, their Scat Pack of high performance vehicles. Now, the Coronet RT was at the top tier of it as far as, you know, trim level. It's kind of goofy how it kind of plays out. The Dart being the smaller car, and then jumping into the Super B, which was its first year. That was the budget-minded one, which was very related to this Coronet RT. It shared pretty much all of the sheet metal, just a little less trim, a little bit less options. 383 was a standard engine in the Super B, but the Coronet RT was above the Charger. The Charger was in between, and then the Coronet RT was on the higher side of it as far as the premium. But often, you know, a direct competitor with the Charger. So it's very interesting. And I really like the 68 Charger, the Coke body styling of both cars and everything. But this Coronet RT, it was, you know, fully dressed up, and it came, standard engine was the 440. And the only optional engine in the Coronet RT was the 426 Hemi, which was also available in the Charger and also available in the Super B. But you couldn't get a 440 in the Super B in 68. And which is pretty much true for most of them. Try not to jump around too much. But the engines, you had those two choices of engines, and then you had your choice of transmissions. Now it came standard with the 727 automatic. Not much difference in the automatics between both engine options. But on the outside, no physical difference. But on the inside, 727 for 440 was a little bit different than a 727 that was behind a Hemi. The main difference was the clutch packs, like a 5-disc in the Hemi and a 4-disc clutch pack in the 440 cars. But you could upgrade to the 4-speed manual transmission. It was no charge to jump from the automatic to the manual tranny, but it did change the rear end a bit. If it was an automatic, it came with the 8 3/4 rear end. But if you stepped up to the 4-speed, then it stepped up to the Dana 60 rear end. So, and I couldn't really find anything if there was a charge there or not. Didn't really seem like it. So there were some other options available. One of the things is all of them had this hood, by the way. You do see a lot of 68s that have the Ram Charger hood, but the Ram Charger hood was not available in 68. So a Hemi without a Ram Charger hood is correct for 68, but in 69, all Hemi option Coronet RTs had the Ram Charger hood, but that was not true in 68. But there is one difference between a 68 and a 69 hood. This is just getting into trivial stuff. This one, the 68 hood, the bottom edge here is flat. Okay, a 69 hood has another piece that was attached to it that dipped down and matched the grill, because they had different grills. So the hoods are technically not interchangeable, but they will kind of fit each other. Whether or not that actually hits the hood or the grill, I'm not really sure, but the rest of the hood is pretty much the same. But you can kind of see a small seam there, like they added a piece to the 69 hood, but I believe it was tack welded in place, which is what makes them not really interchangeable, even though it would bolt on a 68 car, but just hang over because the grill's in a different spot. The 68 grill is recessed. So anyway, without you know, getting a little too much into it, lots of interior options. I believe every single one of them came with bucket seats. They were all floor shifters, whether or not it was 4-speed or automatic. I believe the console was standard in the Coronet RT. I could be wrong there. And it also has the full rally pack gauges in there, which is depicted in the model kit. Now, another thing for 68 and 69. The 68s, RTs, and 440s, they were all turquoise in 68. They didn't become Hemi orange until 69. So there's a big difference there. One thing is, I wish this had the correct air cleaner. This is not the right air cleaner for this car. This is kind of more of the, the base model Coronet air cleaner, or what would be in the C bodies. What this thing really should have is the small air cleaner with the pipe pan. The kit that I know of that has it in there is the Revell 68 and 69 darts. That has a small air cleaner with the 440 or 383 air cleaner insert. But that's the air cleaner that really should be on this. But I wasn't going to rob one of those air cleaners just for this build. I pretty much left this thing box stock, even though I did go a little custom by adding these wheels to it. So a couple other things are pointed out. And it's kind of funny. One of you guys mentioned to me, I forgot to put the chevron or the little TriStar emblems on the roof here. They're on the decals. And I did stick them on, but I pulled them right back off because at least they were on top of the clear. I had forgot those. I was going to put them on the roof. But then it was pointed out to me that those were only on vinyl top cars. And I knew that. I just completely forgot. The weird part is the original annual kit of this from MPC, they were molded in on the roof. So all of them had it. And I didn't realize that as far as what the kit went. But I had a good time building this thing. We'll take this thing outside and I'll talk more about the actual build itself. But so we'll set this down and we'll continue outside. Well, here we are out in the Arizona sun looking at this 68 Coronet RT in this striking silver metallic here. This is Scale Finishes paint. And it was listed for 68 Dodge, so I ordered it. It's a bit more metallic-y than I would like, but she really does sparkle. Really does sparkle. Look at that. Those custom mag wheels. The clear headlight lenses are a nice touch to it too, considering, it's based off the original annual. And that red stripe just really stands out with the red interior. Just loving the way this one looks. The RT on the fender. What a striking car. The matching 68 rear license plate. Boy, this one just came out absolutely beautiful. Loving the way this one looks. All it needs is the Dick Landy blue and white stripes and everything else on it. But project for another time. So let's go back inside and continue on. Now when it comes to the kits, I put my red 68 Coronet RT convertible here because that's the version that came out first. And it's nice to know that they did some improvements. I've talked about, it's got the clear headlights instead of the chrome headlights. It's a nice touch. They're a little bit bigger. So they kind of, for me, I should say, they seem just a little too big, but they're still a welcome touch compared to the other one. Also, it seems like the fender signal got moved a little bit farther back than they were on the annuals. I do have an annual, a couple of them, but I've shown them on the channel, but I haven't built them before. But since I did the correct hubcaps on this one, I decided to put the custom wheels on this one. The hoods are exactly the same, which is cool. Now this one didn't have a 440 air cleaner decal where this one did, but I was having trouble getting it to fit. One nice thing about both of these, which I didn't quite catch at first, you can't really see the back seat right here. Maybe you can. So there you can see it right there. Now the coupe and convertibles, they have different back seat patterns. You can see the convertible back seat pattern there, and I found those are correct. And it's got the convertible door panels, and then the coupe has its own door panel. So it does actually have coupe and convertible door panels. It's not running the same interior like the annuals did. And then also, since it's running the automatic transmission, it's running the 8 3/4 rear end that I'd mentioned previously. And I did the whole thing in silver. This is Scale Finishes 68 Dodge Silver. They don't really give you names in 60. It's kind of funny. They just called them silver or whatnot. They really didn't give you the fancy names until 69. As far as the sales brochures go, I did this one in red and black. So they kind of, offset each other. So there's the underside of this one. And, I used the Multilo pen on the exhaust tips there, so you can kind of see them right there. That's the Multilo chrome paint. And this one comes with red line tires, which is nice. I also painted inside the spokes just aluminum to break up the chrome a little bit, because there was just a little bit too much chrome. But they came out really nice. And then I did, of course, the clear coat, the red stripe with the red interior, and painting this tail panel, which I put the foil down first, and I just did all the black touch-ups. And the Dodge letters were done with the Multilo pen on this one as well. I did the same on this one. But that's how I built both of these. And really, really happy with the way they came out. Just cool. You see the silver 68, and this one had the red 68 in its decals. So, I kind of color matched them, but it's just that's the colors I picked, and that's what I ended up doing. But really enjoyed building both of them. One thing that's kind of odd, though, is, get my fingerprint off the back window there. Still no inside rearview mirrors on these kits. Either one of them. So I kind of left that. That's something that bugs me sometimes. But I didn't add it to the convertible. So, the coupe didn't have it either. So I left it out. But they do come with the outside mirrors. So that's kind of nice. So many different touch-ups and updates and stuff. And the way everything fits inside. Everything fits real snug and attaches really nicely. Same thing with the interior. It all attaches really nicely. So these are really easy to build. Fun kit. So really enjoyed this, especially since I didn't have to collect any parts or do any restoration like my other ones. Man, I'll tell you, when it comes to the 68, 69s, I did a resin 68, I did a resin 69, a resin 68 convertible. So some of my older builds, they were all resin. And eventually I picked up a 69 convertible, a 69 hardtop, 68 hardtop that I've shown on the channel. I got another 68 body, that's the molded hood closed, and gathering parts to do these restorations. And I gathered up a bunch of them, which is kind of why I ended up with so many over the years. But I've hardly built any of them. And, with Model House being out of the picture, because that's where you used to get your grills and stuff, and some of the missing parts, that made it challenging that now that they're not around. But the fact that these kits have come out, really cool. But I still plan to build those. Since I got 3 of them, I just got to figure out, what colors and what combos. And since, now that these are kind of out, and getting some of the older parts was a little bit harder. And then also I took one of the 68s, a resin, and I made a Super Bee out of it. Now I realized I haven't shown that on the channel. I would love to show that on the channel. But I hope, round 2 does more with this kit. I would love to see them do a 69 body with a 69 interior. That would be awesome. A 4-door version of this, so you can have a 4-door Coronet cop car. I think that would go really well. And even if they just came out with the Super Bee, that would be awesome. They put the decals in the convertible kit, so all they really got to do is change out this tail panel, change out the grill, bench seat, and no console in the Super Bee. And if I remember right, all the 68 Super Bees had the post, but there were no convertible Super Bees, so it would have to be just the hardtop, other than that one show car. But anyway, now I'm just rambling on here. But these are a lot of fun to build, and these I had gotten through my sponsor Hobby Nut Models a couple years ago when they first came out, and I built that one right away, and I just got around to building this one. And it was a quick build. I really didn't do anything to update it or modify it. I just built it right out of the box, and I knew I wanted to build it silver with red stripe and red interior, because to me that's a rare combo, and it's just a nice combo. But anyways, you guys, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like, share, and subscribe, and check out our sponsor, Hobby Nut Models, and and what he's got to offer. And you guys, thank you, and please leave your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.